We're back at the Constitution Hill in Braamfontein in Johannesburg, and our base today is the Old Fort Prison. Welcome to it. This is the Art Bulletin. My name is Dumisi Dumedi, and we really do always appreciate you staying with us. Gauteng Opera's first performance for the year 2014 by Wolfgang Mozart will open today at the State Theatre in Pretoria. This dramatic story about women and love is performed by a cast of very experienced South African opera singers who've made waves here and in other countries abroad.
Kosi van Toet, which is loosely translated as women are like that, pokes fun at how fickle love is by playing two young men against themselves as they place a bet to test their lover's love. The incredible talent that the singers have and their ability as actors is suitable for the characters they portray in the opera, as it is intended to create a proudly South African cast. This play pokes fun at the fickleness of love and the lessons learned from that: love, deceit, and infidelity. This production of Kosi van Toet is based on the present time, and it attempts to show the relevance of opera to today's ordinary lives. It tells an old story in young voices and highlights the fact that opera is changing face.
South African director Kitso Lynn Lilliot wrote and directed her latest film titled The Tailored Suit, which examines the 1950s in Sophiatown. The work, which was inspired by Ken Temba, will be screened at Room or Urban Art Project in Johannesburg.
The Tailored Suit is a project that I did for my master's, for my thesis project, and it's basically a dialogue with a historic text. I read Ken Temba's The Suit when I was in high school, and it kind of stayed with me for a long time, particularly Matilda's death in the story, and I found it a very sort of harsh and violent outcome for her indiscretion, which was having an affair. And I just wanted to address the idea of a woman sort of claiming agency over her own body and her own being, and that being sort of the consequence. So I just felt sort of like in today's day and age, the ideas around gender and how we occupy space and how we perform gender roles has shifted. And so just from the perspective of today, I thought it would be interesting to play with that kind of representation of femininity.
Travel writer, novelist and photographer Justin Fox will have two Joburg launches for his latest book titled Whoever Fears the Sea this coming week. The first one takes place at Love Books in Melville, followed by the one on Thursday at David Crute Bookstore in Parkwood.
Justin was commissioned to do a story by Getaway magazine, so he went up the east coast of Africa to research his story, and that's where the idea came from. And he started writing the story about a man, so it's quite connected to him as an individual, but it is a fictional book with elements of truisms. The launch on Tuesday is at Love Books in the Bamboo Centre, and it will be with Justin Fox in conversation with Ben Williams. The launch on Thursday will be here at the David Crute Bookstore, which is 151 Jan Smuts Avenue, Parkwood, and it will be with Jenny Cruz Williams in conversation with Justin Fox about the book. So it will be quite interesting for people to see, if they go to both, the different conversations that arise from the two interviewers with Justin.
If you think you're the next Bambolwami Spear and have not entered your 3 pieces for the 2014 Absa Latalier Art Competition, you have until next Friday to do so. By the way, this year's theme is Great Art Takes Blood, Sweat and Tears.
We have changed a number of things for the 29th year compared to previous years. In previous years, entries were always done manually and so on. What we've done is we've moved with the technological age, so we've encouraged artists to enter online by really going through to our website and so on. The response has really been great. We've already received several hundred entries from across the country. More entries have come from your greater metropolitan areas, but even from our more outlying areas, there have been a number of artists that are entering. What we are finding is there are those artists that do enter continually every year, but we're also picking up a lot of new names, a lot of new young artists coming on board this year, and I think that is exciting for us to see what is in terms of our younger generation, in terms of their talent and what they've got to offer us in terms of the visual arts.
A fierce battle between members of the respected and popular British reggae pop group UB40 is threatening their upcoming South African tour. The battle is whether three members, Wilson, Virtue and Campbell, can still perform under the name UB40 after leaving the band last year. The five remaining members are accusing the trio of fraudulently masquerading as UB40.
If the tour does go on in spite of the infighting, and if the latest press release is anything to go by, UB40's tour will feature Ali Campbell at the beginning of April. Reggae fans will be treated to classics such as Red Wine and Kingston Town. The Cape Town leg of the tour will feature the highly energetic and entertaining Hot Water and Trenton and the Free Radical, while the Johannesburg fans will be treated to the sounds of Freshly Gowned and the rising star Michael Lohman at Emmarentia Dam.
It only started out as a small community theatre festival in 2011, and over the years it has marked its place as the premier showcase of upcoming talent in the Western Cape. That's the Zabalaza Community Theatre Festival, which takes place next weekend at the Baxter Theatre. The fourth annual Zabalaza Theatre Festival, which runs from the 7th to the 14th of March, plays across 4 different theatre spaces at the UCT's Baxter Theatre. According to organizers, the festival seeks to celebrate the power of theatre to connect, entertain and educate. On the 8-day-long festival's lineup this year, 25 fringe productions, 12 main festival productions, open mic sessions and 2 nights of spoken word and hip-hop. The festival will also host its awards ceremony on the last day. Workshops in the areas of marketing, physical theatre, script writing and much more are currently on in the lead-up to the festival. Tickets are going for 25 Rand and available at CompuTicket. Award-winning British comedian Jimmy Carr will return to South Africa at the end of the month for his tour titled Gagged Order. Carr, who's known for his signature laugh and his near-the-knuckle dark humor, will perform in Johannesburg, Cape Town and then in Durban.
I did one of those nude calendars for charity.
Jim Carr has performed to more than 1.5 million comedy fans and sold more than 1 million DVDs worldwide. Head of Comedy Central Africa, Evert van Vier, says Carr has really earned his spurs amongst the very best of British stand-up comics, building up a huge following at home and internationally over the past 10 years. He says Carr has previously been dubbed the hardest working man in comedy, and all that hard work certainly pays off when you see him perform his act live. His list of awards include British Comedy Award for Best Live Stand-Up Tour, a Loaded Laughter Award for Stand-Up and Priya Award nomination. Organizers say Gagging Order promises to be a hilarious night out.
And that's all we have time for on this edition of the Art Bulletin, coming to you from the Old Fort Prison at the Constitution Hill in Braamfontein in Johannesburg. Do visit www.constitutionhill.org.za for more information about these prisons. To keep in touch with us, you can email the Art Bulletin at sabc.co.za. You can also check out our Facebook page or follow us on Twitter. Until next time, it's a goodbye from us.